On the 18th of December, 2022, in Qatar, a 35-year-old man finally held the only trophy that had ever haunted him: the World Cup. But to understand the tears that night, you must go back to a boy doctors said was simply too small to ever make it. Lionel Andres Messi was born on the 24th of June, 1987, in Rosario, Argentina, into a working-class family. He kicked a ball almost before he could properly walk. The cracked streets of Rosario were his first pitch, and football was the only language he ever needed. But there was something wrong. Around the age of 10, he was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. Doctors warned that without treatment, he might never grow past roughly 4 feet 7 inches, and that treatment cost around $900 a month, far beyond what his family could afford. His local club could not pay. His future, it seemed, was already over before it began. The greatest talent the game would ever see was being priced out of football at the age of 11. Then, in December 2000, a trial in Barcelona changed everything. A sporting director named Carles Rexach was so convinced by the tiny 13-year-old that, with no contract paper to hand, he committed to signing him on a folded paper napkin. Barcelona agreed to pay for his hormone treatment. And so a father and his small son crossed an ocean to Spain, gambling everything on a promise scribbled on a serviette. He grew up inside La Masia, Barcelona's legendary academy. There, his impossible balance and his low center of gravity set him apart from every boy his age. The disadvantage that nearly ended him had become his secret weapon. On the 16th of October, 2004, aged just 17, Messi made his competitive debut for Barcelona against Espanyol. The boy who was too small to grow had stepped onto one of the biggest stages in club football. Under Pep Guardiola, in the season of 2008-09, Barcelona won the first treble in Spanish history. Messi claimed the first of his Ballon d'Ors, and the world realized it was watching the dawn of a dynasty. What came next has never been equaled. A record 8 Ballon d'Ors, more than any player in history. He was named the best on the planet again and again, across a decade and a half, in a sport that had never seen such sustained genius. 4 Champions League titles. More than 800 career goals between club and country, the highest tally the sport has ever recorded. There was, quite simply, no individual prize left for him to win. And yet, for his country, all that glory turned to torment. Argentina was the land of Maradona, and a nation demanded that Messi become a god in the same blue and white. With every passing year, the shirt grew heavier than the last. 2014, the World Cup final. Argentina lost 1-0 to Germany on a goal deep in extra time. Messi was still named the best player of the tournament, the golden ball in his hands, but not the trophy. Then came 3 Copa America final defeats, the cruelest in 2015 and 16, both lost on penalties. On the 27th of June, 2016, after missing his penalty in yet another lost final, a broken Messi stood before the cameras and announced he was retiring from international football. He had given everything, and it had given him only pain. A whole nation begged him to come back. And weeks later, he did. He could not abandon the dream that had broken his heart, not yet. Then, at last, the turn. On the 10th of July, 2021, at the Maracana, Argentina beat Brazil 1-0 to win the Copa America, Messi's first major title with his country, ending a 28-year national drought. This time, he wept tears of joy. And then, the night that completed him. The 18th of December, 2022, in Qatar. Argentina and France, 3-3 in the greatest final ever played, settled 4-2 on penalties. Messi scored twice, finished the tournament with 7 goals, and won a record second Golden Ball. At 35, the boy doctors said was too small lifted the World Cup into the Qatar sky. The one trophy that had haunted his entire life was finally, undeniably, his. He could have stopped there. He didn't. He moved to Inter Miami in 2023, then won the Copa America once more in 2024, a champion still, on a new continent, refusing to let the story end. Now, at 38, the defending champion returns for one final World Cup. One last dance. The boy who was told he would never grow, never make it, never reach this stage, stands today as the greatest the game has ever known, taking his last bow exactly where they once said he could never belong.